Hi, it's Karen from Stamping on the Back Porch, day 14 of our Take a Crafty break. Today, we are doing spiral cards. Look how fun this is. You've been on my mind and then, whoa, got a butterfly garden. Or maybe you want to say, there's so much to love about you, and you open it and then we have spiral hearts. So this is what we're going to be doing today. And of course, you can do all kinds of different things with these as always. So we will get started. For this, we're just using regular card bases, and I took, so it's half a sheet of cardstock folded, and I just wanted my butterflies to kind of look like it was like a garden below. So you will just see I just added some little leafy paper. This one looks almost invisible, like it's kind of floating in the air, and that's because I use window sheets. Now you might have window sheets, or you might have other, I don't know, another packaging, something that would be a window sheet. So that is the difference between this, and this makes a really fun look. But because we don't all happen to have window sheets, I'm gonna make this one just out of this same paper. Because as we know in crafting, it all works. So, glad to have you guys on, and thanks those of you that share. It is wonderful. I am going to freehand cut. Now I want this to fit inside, so I did a 4-inch square because this is 4 1/4, and I'm going to do a circle, sort of. It doesn't, so look at this. This is not really a circle, but I'm just going to make this be our original shape. Let's see, maybe I'll move that so it's easier to see. And then, ooh, snowy North Dakota. Ooh, I want to be where the sun is out today. It's a nice day here, but it's not sunny, but I want to go be in some sun. So do you see what I'm doing? Have you ever done this? I'm just cutting a spiral. And you know, it's going thick and thin. It doesn't really, there's just no, it doesn't really matter. I'm just meandering around till I kind of get to the middle. Another great project to do with kids, and you can just do with what you have on hand. Okay, so here's my little end right there. Okay, so now I'm going to just put the end of this. Let's see, I was going to use glue, but I think on this one I'll use tape, but I'll use glue on the other card. Double stick tape works, you know, anything's going to work with this. So on this, I'm just going to put a little of this to hold my end. Oh, sunshine in Wisconsin, one state over. Maybe we'll get a little. I just think it's so fun to sit outside and in this weather. I said, you know, we take the little gifts in life that we're doing it. And if you are homeschooling or helping homeschool, I hope things are going well and you're all adjusting to this new life. And these are some fun fill-in ideas to just have your kids do some things that are thoughtful. Or if there are kids on here alone, it is not too late to post your creation. All of the kids are getting something in the mail for me, cards that I've done. So that will be fun because we all, I'm speaking for everyone, we have all loved seeing projects done with these techniques by kids. I said it is just one of the fun thing. Okay, so I put that there, and I'm going to just close this up now, and that'll do. And look at, here is my fun spiral. How easy is this? Okay, and so then after this, we're just decorating it. So I took a bunch of butterflies, and I have a bunch left, so that's what I was going to use. And with these, I'll just put a couple on here. But now think of other things you could put on here. Balloons for a party, hearts, flowers, little flower punches, you know, anything that you have. Well, and I'm just going to put these on with glue dots since it's on paper. I used this glue because it dries invisible on these when I was using the clear. But since this one won't show that, I'm glad you are loving that ideas. Ooh, North Dakota, it feels like -6. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know, I think schools are going to be out for the rest of this year. And you know, this is just going to be an important thing in all of our memories. I So we do the best we can at encouraging people and appreciating the small things in life. And, and it is a perfect opportunity to do special things, with kids. And, I've seen some of you, have you noticed in the comments over in the back porch stampers? I'll have to think of names because I'm actually going to do a podcast on this. But some people are sending card kits to their grandkids or friends for doing this, and some people are using it for all kinds of things. But do you see how I can just add all of my flowers on here? Or my butterfly is on the wrong thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to come back to this one because I'm just going to point out, if I cared about, well, you're going to notice I put butterflies on either side. They're on both sides, so there isn't a right or wrong. I just let it sit open and then decided where you would be most likely to notice the butterflies. I could, of course, have done them on the back and done that and made them thicker, and that wouldn't matter. But I thought this was totally good enough. And you see, you don't really notice this because of using this multi-purpose glue, because it's see-through. So, yeah, I think we're going to get even stricter on the staying at home. And I know it just, can start feeling a little housebound. And I think crafting is a fun way to just kind of break up the day and do something creative. It just puts us in a good place. And for kids too. And then you have something that you can give. And it's a break from being on the computer, working on whatever you're working on. So it's just good to play with real things, write real letters. Okay, so that is this card. So I thought, fun idea, done both ways. And then we will do the heart one. Now with the hearts, oh, good. Kathy said Jackson will love this one. Yeah, and I'm sending him a couple of cards. So I said, because we've seen pictures of him. So I said, these are just so fun. So you could think of other shapes too. This is, and now my hearts, I'm just going to do a caveat here. If I were using regular red paper and you see both sides, now my hearts in the middle don't meet because I flipped over so you'd see this on both sides. I don't even know if this is making sense. But it doesn't matter either way. The reason I am using designer series paper on all of these projects is because it's so easy to work with when we fold and do all that. But you could do the same thing with other things. If you care about cutting out a card, a heart, because you're going to do a handmade heart, you're going to, fold these in half and then cut like we learned to do. I personally love the look. I think it's like folk hearts, that are just plain cut. So I am going to just do that. So I'm wondering, would it work if I did this? Well, that's an interesting thought. But you know what? I better leave good enough alone and let you guys play with the other things. So again, I have my 4-inch squares. And, is that fun? Kathy is sending Easter cards to her whole Christmas list. How cool is that? And you know what? This is going to be an Easter that everyone remembers because it's not going to be the same. How fun to be remembered. And I think when this time is over, I like to think in terms of, how we will be remembered too as being encouragers, doing what we can to help people go through, to be supportive. And I think that is really cool. Donna sent out 50 cards to church members just saying hi, and they're loving them. Oh, Jane Brandt is off on here, did the same thing, and people have been calling her and just so thrilled. And I thought, that is just so cool. And I think especially for older people who are more alone and maybe aren't so computer savvy, this time gets really long. So here is definitely my full cart. But you see, it's going to be a good size. Now, I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut it in spirals so I never end. So I'll just come around like this. And again, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters how many times you go around. So see there, I'm not cutting it off. I'm just going around and then I'm going again. So just another great thing to do when you're just kind of sitting and you've got this paper, I am so glad you enjoyed all these things. So when we're done, we have 15 fun ideas to do for all ages. And I just love that because paper crafting is something we can all have in common. Okay, so it's going to be my last one. So I'm just going to make a little heart, but I'm not going to, whoa, see, look at my heart. That's really a full card. Okay, the trickiest part. Oh, Rebecca said Haley's will be waiting for Easter card. She could make an egg spiral and put bunnies all over it. Oh, we'd love to see that. That is an awesome idea. So that's where you just take an idea and you make it to whatever. Here's the hardest part, I think, of the whole thing, getting these two pieces separate now. Okay, so I'm gonna lift up this top one. I got when I did the other one, I got them so tangled up, so I thought, okay, I think this might be a little better. Okay, so on this one, I'm gonna flip this over, and now I am gonna use this. Because I'm gonna go around and put this bottom heart. So, you know, the trick with this kind of glue is to not use too much. So we'll see how I do with that. And then I'm just going to flip it over and put it down wherever it wants to go. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be that one. And then this one, I'm gonna flip over this way. And even though, see, they're not exact, that's why I thought if I switched the other, they might be exact. But you know, this is all about a moment in time. I just love this whole idea for love you lots, you know, so it's I don't remember what I put on the front, something about, what did I put on the front of it? I put, oh, there's so much to love about you. I thought the one from the dinosaur set too that says, I love you this much and that way more than that. And I thought that's cool too, because it's like you pull it out and, oh, this much. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold that because, you know, good enough is good enough, and close that up. Oh, and look at that. Look how they just pop out like that. So now I have my two hearts, and all I'm going to do is put a little glue here and connect the two little hearts. And I will hold that for just a second. So isn't this a fun idea? So I hope your mind is thinking. You guys have already given a whole bunch of ideas of what you could do with this. So this is a great thing to have little punches or anything little. But anything that goes with you, you know, you could do these just for any season, any reason. Now, I still have glue there, so I'm not going to close this card up. But this is the card. And then you'll just decorate the front. So this is the one we can close up. Because see, then I just put some other paper on that. So we have these two cards, and now you know it's your turn.